So, if you've opened up Instagram lately, you might have noticed something pretty big has changed. Right there at the top of your DMs, you'll find a new icon for a map. And if you've ever used Snapchat, this is going to look very familiar. Instagram has officially rolled out its own version of a map feature, and it's a significant shift in how you can use the app. This isn't just a small tweak, it's a whole new surface for discovering content and connecting with people. It's a feature that first started showing up in the US and Canada back in August of this year, 2025, and as of this month, it's also rolling out in India with some key updates. The basic idea is simple. The map gives you a geographical view of what's happening around you and in places you care about. It's designed to answer the question, what are people posting near me? Or, what's going on at that cool spot downtown? Instead of just scrolling through a feed of content from people you follow, you can now explore content based on where it was created. This fundamentally changes discovery on the platform. It moves beyond just who you follow and introduces a powerful where element to your experience, making the physical world a bigger part of your digital one. Now, when this first launched, there was a bit of confusion, which is pretty normal for a big feature release like this. People immediately drew comparisons to other apps and, of course, had questions about privacy. Is Instagram tracking me all the time? Who can see where I am? These are the right questions to ask, and Instagram seems to have been listening. The initial rollout was more of a test, and the version we're seeing now in October has been refined based on that early feedback, with a much clearer focus on user control and transparency, which we'll get into. But before we dive into the privacy side of things, let's just establish what this is. It's an interactive map that lives inside Instagram. Its main purpose is twofold. Media group. Instagram map showing public posts and stories at locations. Person scrolling through geotagged posts on phone stock. Distribute equally first, to let you see public posts, stories, and reels that have been tagged with a location. And second, to give you the option, and this part is key, to share your own location with a select group of friends. It's a tool that's part social utility, part content discovery engine. Think of it as a visual location-based search engine for everything happening on Instagram, which is a pretty interesting concept for a platform of this scale. Alright, so let's break down how this actually works. There are two main functions here: discovering content and sharing your location. Let's start with discovery, because that's what everyone can use right away without changing any settings. When you open the map, you'll see icons for posts, stories, and reels that people have publicly shared and tagged with a specific place. You can zoom in on a neighborhood, a city, or even another country, and tap on a location to see a collection of recent content from that spot. It's like a real-time visual guide to anywhere in the world. This is a pretty powerful tool for finding things to do. For example, if you're trying to decide which restaurant to go to, you could look it up on the map and see all the recent stories and posts from people who have eaten there. You get an authentic, up-to-the-minute look at the vibe, the food, and the overall experience. The same goes for finding a park, a concert venue, or a new coffee shop. It's basically using Instagram's massive library of user-generated content and organizing it geographically, which makes it incredibly useful for local discovery in a way the main feed just isn't designed for. Then there's the other side of the coin, sharing your own location. And this is where it's super important to be clear. This feature is completely opt-in. It is turned off by default for everyone. If you do nothing, your location is not being shared. But if you choose to, you can turn on location sharing for a specific group of people, like your close friends list or another custom list. When you do, your profile picture will appear on their map, showing your last active location on Instagram. The goal here, according to Instagram, is to make it easier to see if your friends are nearby and coordinate plans. It's also important to understand the difference between sharing your live location and tagging content. When you add a location sticker to a story or tag a post with a place, you are not sharing your real-time location. You are simply pinning that specific piece of content to that location on the map for others to discover. Anyone browsing that area on the map can see your post, but they can't see where you are right now. Your live location sharing is a separate private feature that you have to manually enable for a specific audience, and you can turn it off at any time. With any feature involving location, privacy is always going to be the number one concern. And to be fair, Instagram seems to have anticipated this. After the initial launch in August, they collected feedback and made some very smart, very necessary updates to improve transparency and user control. These changes, rolling out now, are all about making sure you know exactly what you're sharing, when you're sharing it, and with whom. It's clear they want to avoid the creepy label that has plagued other location sharing features in the past. First, they've added a very prominent indicator at the top of the map. This banner tells you in plain English whether your device's location services are on and if you are actively sharing your location with friends. There's no ambiguity. If you're sharing, it says so. If you're not, it says that too. They've even added a small indicator in the notes section of your DMs, right under your profile picture, that explicitly states "not sharing location," just to give you that extra peace of mind as you're using the messaging part of the app. It's a small but effective touch. Another key update addresses the confusion between a person's location and a post's location. Initially, your profile picture might have appeared on top of content you tagged, which could make it seem like you were currently at that location. They've changed that. Now, the map clearly distinguishes between the location of a piece of content and the location of a person. This helps reinforce the idea that when you see a post on the map, you're seeing where the photo was taken, not where the user is in real time, unless they have separately opted into sharing their live location with you. Finally, Instagram has built in more educational moments. When you go to add a location tag to a story or a reel, a new pop-up will appear, reminding you that this content will be visible on the map to a wider audience. You even get a preview of how your post will look on the map before you publish it. All of these updates, the clear indicators, the design changes, and the educational reminders, are designed to put you firmly in the driver's seat. The controls are simple, the information is clear, and you can turn everything off with a single tap. So, why did Instagram build a map in the first place? When you step back and look at the big picture, it's about making the platform more useful in the real world. For years, Instagram has been a place for inspiration, for travel, for food, for style, but it's always been one step removed from reality. You'd see a cool place in your feed, and then you'd have to leave the app and go to a different map service to figure out where it was and how to get there. The new map feature is designed to close that loop entirely. The primary goal is to help friends connect and coordinate in real life. By giving you the option to share your location with your inner circle, the app becomes a tool for spontaneous meetups. You can open the map, see a friend is at a coffee shop a few blocks away, and send them a message to join them. It's a lightweight way to bridge the gap between online connections and offline interactions. Instead of the endless back and forth of "where are you?" texts, you can just see for yourself, assuming your friends have chosen to share that with you. It's about adding real-world utility. Beyond connecting with friends, this is also a huge move to compete in the world of local discovery. Apps like Google Maps and Yelp have long dominated the space for finding businesses and points of interest, but their content can sometimes feel sterile or outdated. Instagram, on the other hand, has a constant stream of fresh, visual, and authentic content from millions of users. By organizing that content on a map, Instagram is essentially creating a powerful, user-driven competitor for local search. It's a smart way to leverage their existing strength, visual content, in a whole new arena. Ultimately, the success of this feature will come down to trust. Instagram is making a big bet that it can provide a genuinely useful tool for discovery and connection, while also giving users the robust privacy controls they demand. The feature is designed to be helpful, not intrusive. It's about seeing where cool things are happening, not about constant surveillance. By making everything opt-in and putting clear, simple controls front and center, Instagram is trying to get the balance right. It's a bold new chapter for the app, and it will be interesting to see how people use it to explore the world around them.